Alright, I know I've seemed to just completely cover this information way too much, but um, I just want to look at a different style that you might see um, when asked this, like on the core test or my test or something like that. So if you look here, it says given two figures for each element, fill in the missing information. Alright, so here we go. Let's just look at what we have. We have sodium, and then we have 11 on top and 23 on the bottom. Alright, I think in the notes I just did, I had it in a different order, but that's okay. Alright, the smaller of the two values, kill that mosquito, the smaller of the two values is always the atomic number. And if you remember, which you should, that's the same as the protons, or it tells you, and it's the same as the electrons. Now, for this problem, we don't care about electrons because I don't see it anywhere in the problem, so I'm just going to ignore that. I guess I have an eraser. Alright, so the atomic number is equal to the number of protons. On the bottom number, right here, bad arrow pointing, the larger number is the atomic mass. And if you remember, mass is equal to protons plus neutrons. Alright, so that's the information that we can learn. Alright, looking at this information, this was easy for here. Number of protons, that's just the smaller of the two values, 11. And number of neutrons, if you remember that, that's the big number minus the small. So 23 minus 11 equals 12. So that one's easy. But let's look at this set here, 42 and 43. This time I don't give you the top number. Now we just established above that the top number is the atomic number, and it is equal to protons, if you remember right. So I look there, I do not have the atomic number, and I don't have the number of protons given me in 43. But I do have the neutrons, and I do have, what did we say the bottom was? The mass. Alright, so to find protons, I haven't had to do this very often, but I can do it. Protons equal mass minus neutrons. It's just the same as we've been doing, just in a different order. So my mass is 65, my neutrons is 35, so that makes my protons 30. Alright, and 30. Those two numbers always have to match, the atomic number and the protons. Now you can do this in a much shorter manner, by the way. Let's see, I've already shut my periodic table, but we can certainly go there. Right there. If we just looked at our question and it said zinc, Zn, I could just look at my periodic table and find zinc, and then sure enough, right here in the middle, zinc has 30 as its atomic number, which is the same as its protons. That would be the easier way to do that. Okay, down here you're going to have to find the mass of an isotope. That means you can't just look on your periodic table for that. You actually have to do the math. It's not too difficult. Alright, so that's another way that you might see these type of questions. Make sure that you understand. If you have a question on this, feel free to come in and visit with me and ask. It's important that you know how to do these problems.